Hello friends, Marcy here, and I'm excited to share two new pens with you today. They were ordered from different places at different times, but they actually both arrived yesterday on Monday, June 3rd. So I want to separate the sharing, and I'm going to put these aside. These came from Nahvular.com, or as they say, may pronounce it Narwhal. And then this came from Jet Pens, as you can see, that happy little guy there. Along with the pen, the only other thing I ordered was an extra syringe because I had given my extra one away as I'm penabling someone. And then this one I noticed is kind of getting worn out on the sides. And if I ever had a mishap, then I wouldn't have a backup. So I just added this to my order to tuck it into my pen supplies. Will always be needed and appreciated. But let's get into this first pen. Yes, it's purple. And I apologize if I mislead you to thinking that purple is my favorite color. It is not. I do enjoy purple pens, but I don't specifically order them as my favorite color. I do love neutrals and pinks, but this one I ordered just because of the purple. Here I go. Backtracking on my statement here, let me just move this over and show you a little bit. This is my Galen leather little A5 zip that I carry at work with me. This is a preppy and it needs to be refilled, so I'm going to do that. But these are sailor pens, purple, this one green, the gold spot purple, Metropolitan, and my Benu Briolet Luminous, I believe Orchid. I'll double check. Anyway, I carry purple pens at work with me. No, you cannot borrow my pen. That's a rickshaw sleeve that I bought at Goulet Pens a long time ago, and I know it's no longer available in my little Twisby. But I carry purple pens at work just because our school colors are purple and gold. There's a lot of purple in my workday. And when I see something pretty in purple, I order it with intentions to use at work. This is an affordable enough pen that I could actually use at work. It's not my first Narwhal, Nahvular, but it is the first original Plus. So that is the difference in this one. And before I backtrack and show you my other Narwhals, boy, that's quite a little bit more hefty of a pen than I expected. I just thought it was pretty. And it's purple. So it does have a purple swirl. It's an acrylic body. It has purple metal on the clip, on the finial, and let me show you this gorgeous nib. It is a purple. I'm hoping it's showing up for you. No reflection. A purple nib. So Narwhal, the little Narwhal icon there is on the nib with a fine on the side, because I did get a fine. Actually, it was limited on the availability of nib sizes, so yeah, I got a fine. I did order this at Jet Pens, and hopefully, they'll restock. But this is different than my other Narwhals, and that this is a piston filler. I'm sorry, this is a vacuum filler. My other Narwhals are piston filler. So we will, I wasn't planning on filling it with you today because, like I said, I'm going to use it at school. And it is the beginning of June and school is out until I go back to work the 1st of August. But it is a vac fill, and I guess we will fill it today because I am excited to try that nib. And I'll fill that with you here in a moment. So let's look at my other Narwhals. When I first ever ordered a Narwhal, it was from Galen Leather, and this is a collaboration between Galen and Narwhal. And you can't see, it's like raised letters here. It's hard to see. It says Galen Leather on the side. And this was advertised at Galen Leather as rose gold. The original Narwhals, Nahvulars, they've since changed their name. I ordered this in 2019. So they've since changed their name. Oh, I'm sorry, 2022 on this pen. This is a piston fill where you draw it up like a converter and fill it. And I love this nib. It is a, let me see, what did I order? Okay, it's medium and it's a very smooth writer. When I ordered it, I already owned the TWSBI Smoke and Rose Gold, and they're very much alike in size, weight, and performance. They're both piston fillers, but that's why I ordered this pen, and because it was rose gold and I was on a rose gold kick. Anyway, my first Narwhal, and it does say Narwhal, Narwhal, on the band twice. And then Galen Leather, of course, had to come out with another, a collaboration. This one does say Narwhal again, spelled Narwhal, and this is a beautiful bright blue. It's called Midnight Blue, and this one I did get in a fine nib, but look at how gorgeous this blue nib is. Again, it matches the metal on the clip and the finial and the band. So pretty. But my older ones are piston fillers. This was an Endless Pen exclusive that, again, I've had for a couple years. And it is called Tampa. Gorgeous purple and gold swirl. This one is a piston filler. And when I ordered it, it did come with its own ink. I forgot the name of that. Let me check. Mysterium. So this was an Endless Pen exclusive that came along with the pen, a fabulous match. And so that's my background with Narwhal / Nahvular. And then I did order from Nahvular.com. I did order this pen because I just discovered it, being nosy. And it is called Materia Quartz. This one I did get a medium nib, and it again is a vac filler. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, so the clear demonstrator body, and this acrylic resin is white, but it has I'm hoping you're catching the colors, a lot of red and gold shimmers and glitters that are popping up in the glitter of the white portions. It does have gold trim, and it is still spelled Narwhal on the gold band here instead of the new Nahvular. The nib is still branded with the Narwhal character here, and this one is the medium nib. So the gold nib matches the gold trim and finial. Wow, that is, oh, even the grip section is glitter shimmer, or Materia Quartz, I should say. So when I ordered this pen from Nahvular, I was like a first-time customer ordering from their actual website, and I added, I got a discount, and I added some inks. So this is from the Nahvular Rover line. It's called Galaxy, and I'll swatch that with you here. I hate to tear the lid of the box like that, so that if you ever want to close it, the tab is gone. When I store my inks, I try to store them out of light, so I do tend to hang on to the boxes for storage. Wow. Galaxy, I thought this was a blue. Oh, there's some gold shimmer in there. I thought this was a blue ink. It looks blue. Okay. Wait a minute. So that looks purple, but blue on the box. And this is Nahvular Rover. This says Nahvular Explorer. Oh, the wrong bottle. Hold on. I have not opened these since I received them. So I know I didn't mix up my bottles. Okay, Nahvular Explorer Orchid Flower. Galaxy Nahvular Explorer. Okay, something is weird here on the labeling. Maybe when we swatch it, but it does look. This is I thought was supposed to be a blue. I'm sorry for all the confusion and the surprise, but woohoo, surprise, Marcy. I don't know if what you ordered is what you thought you ordered. So we'll swatch these, and I do plan on putting that in this pen, so we'll see how that goes. But I will have to email Nahvular and send them. We have an oopsie on aisle 4. Anyway, let's get to swatching because I want to get to inking and I don't want this video to be too long. So we are on the Wearingeul swatch book. I love these little swatch books. I bought several. It is made by Wearingeul. I don't remember which retailer I purchased it from. Gold Spot, Endless Pens. I don't recall. But I think they all sell them, or most of them sell them. So let's get into this mystery box here, which is supposed to be Nahvular Rover, but says Nahvular Explorer Galaxy. So the boxes are, one does say Galaxy and one does say Orchid Flower. So I don't know. I'm confused. But won't this be fun? All right. Yeah, that is like a deep dark. I think I put too much ink there. A deep dark night sky, not necessarily blue, but like a galaxy, just like the namesake. But still yet, the labeling Explorer and Rover are quite different for that. So I'm liking that. It looks like midnight, but it has a very deep purple and some shimmer in there. So we're going to let that dry and see what appears here. Nahvular Explorer Galaxy. I almost wish I had one more line for writing. Some of these names are quite long. And I have to invent my third line oftentimes. There's evidence there. So let that dry, see what happens with our ink. And in a bit, maybe in a separate video, I don't know, I'll have to ink the pens as not to have them have this video too long. And I almost did not order this ink because I have tons of like this color ink. I have a lot of samples from Goulet when I was in search of the perfect burgundy ink. And then I have the Yamabudo and like 3 bottles of Noodlers, and you know how full they are of some kind of gorgeous rose color, Australian roses, English roses, and then the cactus fruit, which has recently been inked into a pen. So, but I'm liking this because it has a dusty pink. I'm really glad I ordered it. I put it in my cart and then I took it out of my cart. But I'm glad I hung in there and kept the order. Nahvular Explorer. And we have Orchid Flower. Yeah, I'm very pleased with that pen or ink color, but I still don't think it's the true ink color that I would put inside this pen. So being purple, and that's like a rose color. Oh my, that galaxy is going to look fabulous in this pen. Can't wait. All right, so we're gonna let this dry, come back and show you some more of the video in just a minute. So while I'm waiting for the ink to dry, I am gonna go ahead and ink these pens, and then I'm gonna do a quick water flush rinse here, and got about a half fill on the water. And then I'm just gonna do the same method with the vac system and flush it out, dry it off a bit, get ready for some ink. When the ink dries, we'll come back and look at both of them, and I also will do writing samples with both these pens. As I was, while I'm inking, I'll talk. Wanted to wait until like when school starts, since this will be a school pen, and I don't want to just ink it and let it sit for 2 months, but I'm going to ink it and I'm not going to let it sit for 2 months. Here we go. That's how I'm going to solve that problem. So we do have to immerse the nib. You have to have a bottle. These don't work well with sample vials, the vac-fills. So make sure you have a good source, plenty of ink to draw from. And I'm going to leave it at that. You know, I could expel and plunge again, but this is going to be for a writing sample. And I forgot to shake up my shimmer before I did that. So may not get too much shimmer in or my writing sample, and that is my bad. I didn't even think about that while I was letting ink dry and rinsing and everything. I could have done that. So I'm going to set this aside, and with the vac fills, you want to leave the back end open while writing so that you have an ink flow, but if you do screw it down, it will close off the plunger where it will cut off your ink feed flow from the nib feed, and I do see some shimmer there in that nib feed in the back. So maybe we'll get some pretty ink on our writing sample. All right, next up, and I also did look at some ink in my swatch book. I was thinking about Noodler's 1984, but I think it's going to be too much of a warm color. And so I'm looking at the Pilot Air Shizuko Murasaki Shikubu, and that's what I'm going to ink today. And I'm thinking it'll work out just fine. This is a gorgeous ink. Murasaki Shikubu. I always try to rinse new pens just in case there happens to be a residue in the pen that I can rinse out. So just some fresh water, and I'm going to pull the vac rod out and expel that water just as I did the fill. Dry it off a bit. All right, now we're ready for ink. I think this is going to be a fabulous color match, and I am that person. I like to matchy-matchy. Although when I saw, not when I saw this, you know, in person to my naked eye, but when I saw this in on the screen when I was ordering it, I was half thinking of doing like a contrasting color, like a gorgeous teal. I have several to choose from, but I thought a teal would look beautiful inside this. Oh, did you hear me suck some air? I raised my nib before I should have. Let me go again. Since this isn't all the way full, I'm going to back out just a bit here. Hope I'm on screen with you. And I'm going to push up just a little before I insert it in the ink and try to draw up. So I pulled up my pen and sucked air through that breather hole before I should have. I heard that. I don't know if you heard it on camera, but so that's a mistake. Let Marcy tell you what not to do, okay? By being a good example of what not to do. So isn't that gorgeous inside that demonstrator barrel? Let me cap this and move this ink out of the way. We're going to check on our ink swatch samples, and then I'll do some writing sample on a page if I don't have too much ink on my fingers. Looking pretty good. All right, So it is almost dry. This Nahvular Explorer Galaxy is really pretty. It looks like midnight with the stars. Um, when it was wet, it looked purple, but now it just looks black. I wonder how that would compare to the J. Herbon Gris Orage. I'm really liking this orchid flower. And to think I almost missed out because I thought it was too much like Yamabudo. Anyway, it's still quite wet, so we'll do a writing sample and check back with the ink drying process again in a minute. Watching ink dry has become like a favorite pastime of mine. Okay, we are on this Nimacine book. This is something from I actually received in a sailor bundle from Galen Leather, and I like to use it for writing. I think it's, let me see, it is 80 GSM paper. Let me show that to you here. So it is a wonderful fountain pen ink. I actually like it better than my Rhodia dot grid tablet. So we have the Nahvular. I hope I'm spelling this correctly. Original. Okay, Original Plus. And this one is the fine nib vac-fill system. Wow, this ink is pretty. It's quite dark, or it's a lot darker when it's wet, but it is shading nicely and drying to a gorgeous complementary color for this. Oops. All right, and the name of this gorgeous performing ink is Pilot. Arisuzuku Murasaki. I have written down what that means, the English translation, but I don't know it in my head. I'll have to look it up. Shikubu. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And this nib is performing well. Out of the box, everything is looking fabulous. Smooth, smooth, smooth. Pretty smooth for a fine nib, but I was surprised to find that on my Nahvular original, my original Nahvular original. I thought that nib was quite smooth. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close my back knob for the vac, and it closes off. There's still ink in the nib feed. If I wanted to continue writing, I could. It doesn't like close you off and shut you down for the moment, but it does close off what's there, which makes it a great pen for traveling because you can close it and you don't have an ink flow through the nib that would cause burp in some air pressure changes like on airplanes or traveling to the mountains. So I'm just going to say nice. So I did close it and it is still writing. I'm not sure how long it would write, but when I have been writing with a closed in, I notice when it starts running out of ink and I just open it up a little bit and we're good to go. All right, so I'm going to do a writing sample with this. Oh my, look at all the shimmer. And see, I was worried because I did not move that bottle and I thought all the shimmer settled in the bottom of the pen. It did not. There's quite a bit of shimmer here. And in this demonstrator barrel, it actually, I see some purple. So I am going to look at the name of this again. Matira Quartz. By the way, checking my spelling. I did get on the website today, nahvular.com, and checked out this pen because I was looking for some specs about like weight and measurement and everything. And already all nib sizes, extra fine, medium, broad, and stub are all sold out at their website. I don't know if they're planning on restocking that. But yeah, I just received mine today, and it's already, yesterday on June 3rd, and it's already sold out. So this is a vac-fill system pen, Materia Quartz. And for some reason, I'm thinking that on the pen, on the website, they spelled quartz with an S at the end instead of a Z. This is the Nahvular. Well, I think it is the Nahvular. I always want to spell that with the H after because that's the way Narwhal was spelled. Let me show you. The H came after the W, and I just want to put the H after the V there. It's in my brain. It's stuck. Original Plus. Oh, I already did that. Oh well. Let's just look at some ink. Nahvular. And our ink is, I was writing Nahvular Rover, but I don't know. Nahvular, if we write what's on the box, it's Nahvular Rover, but if we write what's on the bottle, I'll put Explorer, because I don't know. I don't know which one is accurate. Galaxy. So we'll let this dry and see what's coming through. I'm surprised that I'm seeing a lot of gray here in this little scribble sample. So I guess we just need to continue writing, putting ink down on the paper, and see what kind of colors we get, because on the swatches and the writing sample, instead of nice, I'm just going to write peculiar, because this ink is giving me nothing but peculiarity today. So it looks gray here. Not seeing a lot of that shimmer. Of course, I need to move my pen about a little bit more. Let's check back on the swatch. Very dark, deep blue, black, purple with a lot of glimmer here. So, all right, I need more experiences with these pens and inks, and I guess I'll get it. Look, this is almost dry. Gorgeous. Anyway, I hope this video did not turn out to be too long, and thank you for joining me in my little ink surprises, and I hope to see you soon. You have a blessed day. Bye-bye.